We've already seen a 35 to 40% kind of a rally year to date in gold prices, and it seems to be unstoppable. What do you think is the key reason why gold is shining so bright, Sugandha?
Yeah, hi Sakshi, thanks for having me here. So, as you rightly pointed out, gold prices are up by almost 40% this year. And if I compare with last year, September 9th, it's almost up by 52.55%. As prices were trading around 72,000 odd levels on this date last year, there has been a spiraling rally that we have seen in gold and silver prices as well. The major catalysts have been the de-dollarization theme, the uncertainty stemming from the tariff policy of the US government, and the strong ETF inflows and the central bank purchases. And now the recent catalyst has been the rising expectations of a Fed rate cut in the September meeting and another two cuts through the end of this year. So these are the major factors that have been driving gold prices. Apart from that, we also have geopolitical tensions and the political uncertainty in Japan as well as in France. So from now, prices are already up significantly higher from last year's level. But yes, there could be some corrections on the way. But yes, the trend is still up. We have all eyes on the US CPI data, which is lined up this week, which will provide further cues about the monetary policy stance of the US Fed. But then a 25 basis point rate cut looks quite certain at the next week's Fed meeting. So, given these factors, my sense is that prices are overall in an uptrend, and we could see levels of around 3750 per ounce in the international market. While in the domestic markets, we are eyeing levels of around 1,12,000 to 1,13,500. But yes, a word of caution here,
Yeah.
there could be some corrections on the way, and there could be some deep corrections as well.
Absolutely. Okay. We'll come to that. Hold that thought there. I'll come to what are the opportunities of dips and corrections that we could probably look at as investors, because that is something that everybody would be looking at. But Devarsh, how are you looking at the clients' inquiries, gold versus equities? What are they looking at right now?
So we have been favoring gold as an insurance, as one of the investment avenues with around 5 to 10% kind of allocation, and it has more of a strategic allocation because see we have been seeing, as my colleague mentioned, the de-dollarization because of the
Yeah.
weakness in the dollar. The central bank around the world are actually adding to their gold reserves. India itself has, I think, added. Huge amount of gold from I think around 880 metric ton of gold reserves we have also as a country has added. The geopolitical uncertainty which we have seen, the turmoil in Ukraine, Russia and other parts also adding to the luster to the gold, and obviously the expectation of the lower interest rates. The as the interest rates are cut, I think the uh, safe haven requirement or the demand for gold is increasing. So we favor it and we have been bullish on it for last couple of quarters, years. We recommend around 5 to 10% depending upon the individual's risk appetite and its asset allocation to keep a certain portion of their portfolio towards bullion. Uh, we see it as an opportunity, but as mentioned, it has run up a lot. So I also will caution here to
Sugandha
allocate
and
some
Devarsh
credit.
actually believe that it has run up quite a bit, and therefore the rally is dizzying. Although at the same time, it's important to have some allocation to gold and silver, at least at this point in time. But Sugandha, you were giving us that insight. A lot of our viewers would want to know what to do at this point in time. Should one go ahead and buy gold at this all-time high level, or wait up? Remember, Diwali, Dhanteras, they are yet to come. A lot of people have been waiting for an opportune time to enter, but unfortunately with this kind of a rally, not many people have actually got that opportunity of a dip to enter into gold at any given time. And many of the weddings would also be waiting to happen now in December and in the winters as well. What should they be doing? There's also a query from Rashi Sharma coming in on that as well. So we'll just read that, and I'm sure a lot of questions will get answered. If gold and silver are hitting new highs, should I put my money in them or in shares? I think partly Devarsh has also helped you all address that one. But help us understand, Sugandha, what would you say on whether there will be an opportunity to enter?
Yes, many investors have missed this rally, but then those who have been waiting on the sidelines, there will be some good corrections on the way. I'm expecting levels of $34.20 to $34.00 per ounce. Yes, a deep correction is around the corner. In fact, we could be seeing this correction this week itself towards the weekend. After the CPI data, this could be a possibility. So in the domestic market, if I translate it, I'm looking at levels of around 1,03,000. That's a deep correction from the current levels. There could be some more upside in the immediate short term, but then wait for correction is the right strategy at the moment, even if it's your consumption perspective or be it a long-term investor who is looking for investing in gold from a longer-term perspective. The overall outlook is still very positive, and for the next year also, we are very positive on gold. But yes, if you enter in corrections, your risk reward will become much more favorable. See, gold doesn't give you any impulse. So if you enter at a lower level, it will certainly enhance your return. Overall, gold
Okay.
is a timeless asset. You can certainly invest even at current levels, but then waiting for corrections is my view
Sure.
currently.
So one must wait for corrections. There could be a dip till 1,03,000. Look at that level and then invest in gold. That's the clear advice. But overall, the bullish trend may sustain for the next year as well on gold, and that's what clearly Sugandha has mentioned. Till Diwali and till the year end, what's your suggestion, Sugandha, on gold? What are the levels you're looking at till Diwali?
See, I see gold prices heading higher towards 1,13,500, and that would translate to levels of $37.50 per ounce in the international market. I think prices would enter into a consolidation phase post that, and we might see a time wise and a price wise correction from those levels. Again, for the next year, we would be very positive, and by next year, we are looking at levels of around 1,25,000 as well for gold prices. So wait for some time. Corrections would certainly come in, and that will provide you a wonderful opportunity to add gold to your portfolio in different ways.
Okay, got that. Devarsh, to you also, I just wanted to ask you, if you have to compare with the upside that Nifty or Sensex will present, they've largely remained flat this year. From this time till the end of the year, what is your projected upside on the markets vis-a-vis what Sugandha is expecting on gold?
So we, as you mentioned, year to date, we gold has already run up around 40,
Yes,
45%, and Nifty has been struggling on the back of lackluster growth. So the Nifty aggregate earnings growth have been stable around 5%, and that's what we have seen in the Nifty performance. Now we are expecting in the second half of the fiscal year, Nifty earnings to actually significantly pick up, and that means that from this level, if I were to choose one of these two, then I would bet more money towards Nifty, and that would be a longer term allocation.
got
And
it.
as you mentioned, gold or bullion should be around 5 to 10% as a portfolio hedge from
Got
here
it.
on, as it is because of the dollar
Sure.
weakness.
Sugandha, tell me now, there is another key question that a lot of our viewers are looking at, because gold versus silver, what exactly should one be really looking at, and where are you more bullish on right now? We're seeing both gold and silver also scale up pretty much almost the same fashion. Last 1 year returns of gold is 55%, silver is 53%. Help us understand from here on what happens then, and what do you think will outperform between gold and silver?
See, my pick is certainly silver. In fact, since last year itself, we have been maintaining that silver will outperform gold. I think the tariff headlines will subside in another 3 to 4 months, and we are seeing a pickup in demand from China. China is coming out with a lot of stimulus measures, and the industrial demand for silver is picking up significantly. So, and the gold silver ratio is also pointing towards outperformance from silver, be it the usage of silver in solar panels or 5G technologies. That's likely to keep the silver prices in demand. So I see silver prices heading higher towards 1,35,000 by Diwali this year. And by next year, I'm expecting levels of around 1.5 lakh for silver. So silver is likely to outperform. And in case somebody is looking at allocating funds towards bullion counters, I think silver can assume a larger portion of that. So overall, we advocate a 10 to 15% allocation towards a bullion counter. Even if you have a slightly lower risk appetite, then you can go in for gold. But then if you are looking for higher returns, silver should assume more part in your portfolio.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.